Hello, everybody. Wow, I'm so excited. I've been waiting for this very moment. Welcome to my channel. My name is Ntabi, and this is Real Talk with Ntabi, a channel where you can expect everything empowerment and transformation. This is an amazing day, a blessed day indeed. And what I just shared, that short video clip, is just an indication that, you know what, your story might not be my story, but through our stories, there's just so much more that we can learn. So if you're watching this here on YouTube, welcome. Do engage with us. And don't forget, you are able to also send a WhatsApp. You can send a WhatsApp to 072 445 6881. If you feel like you want to share something, I will definitely play it. Okay? So thank you so much. And of course, we have an amazing guest today. You know, I've been waiting for this moment, but nevertheless, let me not waste time. I just hope that you're going to enjoy this session. If you're watching from Facebook, continue engaging with us, continue just sharing your thoughts. We will be able to read, but it will be nice if you come here on YouTube. All right. So our guest for today is just an amazing person that I got to know, that I got to even do some work with and all of that. So yeah, I know I talk too much. I'm not going to make this about me. Okay. So before I actually start, I'm going to do a quick intro. Listen, he gave me all his intro, right? But I felt like it will be best if he says all of it himself. So I'm going to share a glimpse, just a glimpse, and then from that, he will tell us more because wow, guys, you want to hear it from him, from the horse's mouth, okay? All right, no, let's do that. I hope you're ready. I hope you're excited as I am. All right, stay tuned. Our guest for today is Mogomotsi Seleke. Mogomotsi was born in 1991, July the 19th, and this is his story. I became a child alone to my mother for 17 years. My father was absent, but I knew he was alive, and once or twice in 2 to 3 years, he would check up on me. Growing up, I was upset by the fact that he was absent, just like any other child. My mother did not badmouth him to me, so I loved the guy and grew up hoping he will someday be present in my life. As I became a teenager, I tried reaching out to him and I had a lot of disappointment. From there, I told myself that I will never allow this to happen to my own kids. The feeling I felt was very unpleasant, but I had to come to terms with that. And I believe that to this day that no one has to go through that. At the age of 16 years, I fell in love with a 14-year-old Lindy. Wait, oh my. Okay, let's welcome our guest. Oh, wow. Hello.
Hi, Interview. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Great.
I feel like I still want to pinch myself. I feel like this is not real because I've been so excited, guys. From
No,
yesterday, from actually the time we had our conversation, I was just super excited.
yes.
Like, you know what? So, I talk too
That's
much.
good.
So I'm going to hide myself a little bit and allow you to introduce yourself fully because I feel like I'm not doing justice. What I did was not justice. So please introduce yourself. Feel free to tell us who you are, what you're about. You listen. The stage is yours. You are allowed to do whatever. So the stage is yours. I'm gonna hide myself and allow you to do the honors. So thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you very much. And greetings to everyone, listeners everywhere in Facebook, in YouTube. And thank you for joining us for today. I think the brief of my introduction was already done. And yeah, that's it. I was a child to my mother alone for 17 years. So my little brother came in when I was about 17. Yeah, or after I was 17 years. That's when my mother had a second child. So for the most of the time, I was alone. And yeah, my dad was not there. I knew he existed, and once, not once, many times tried to reach out to him to say, man, look, I'm growing up as a man and I need you in my life, and you are absent. Can you please at least let's try to talk? And then at the age of 17, I got a nursing internship where at least I was getting a stipend. And from there, I said, you know what, I'll try once more to reach out to the guy to say, you know what, at least now I'm getting something. When I call you, it will not be about money. It will be about us now getting to know each other. I'm a man, I'm growing up as a male, and I want to at least now let's come and talk and everything. But the guy still disappointed me. So now, as time goes by, I gave up on him, and then I would see him when he comes. But now, at the age of 19, as I was still battling with that, I impregnated my girlfriend, Lindy. And we were young by that time. She was 17, I was 19, and then it was a bit of a chaos there and there. But now, whatever feeling that I felt towards my dad, I didn't want any child, to, especially my children, to go through that particular feeling. And then that's what went on. And then I said, okay, it's fine. We are pregnant now. You're not pregnant alone. We are. And then let's see how we go through this. And then for every stage of our lives, we supported each other until the baby was born. And I was there. And I proposed in my heart that I'm going to marry this woman and I'm going to continue with her until we age. Until so far, we are going good. We are doing well with my wife. And we are well, yes. So what happened between me and Lindy? Maybe I just have to give a brief history of me and Lindy. Those who know us will know that my aunt Kelebogile is a sister, or is a friend to the sisters of Lindy, Tandy and Gail, or the late Gail. So they were sisters. And then every time I will be sent to Abu Lindy to get something in for my aunt. And then when I get there, I'll be called a Mokhenyan. When we are still young, we are still growing up, or we call Mokhenyan. And then Lindy, when she was sent at my home, and then my parents would say, hey, Makoti, and everything. So this thing, Bafetu, it was there, it was alive. And then we grew up, and then when I was 16, yes, no, yeah, when I was 16 and she was 14, my aunt Kilwachile then said, okay, Lindy, you should visit me. And then Lindy did visit her, and then when we were there, Lindy was there, we were only two. No, we were only three. It was my aunt, me, and Lindy, and said, okay, you know what, guys, I want you to go and buy electricity. So you know the distance from where I stayed and to the launch where we bought electricity. It was very far. And then, what choice did we have? And I think that was a way of making sure that we are together. And then, we went there. For the most of the time, we were quiet. And then, but I wanted to say something, but I was very, very afraid of her. Remember, Yena, she was traveling. She was there. So I feared her. Then, but yeah, push came to shove, and then said, you know what, those things must. Then we agreed. Since then, we fell in love. We were in love, loved each other until now. She was pregnant, and we had to continue. I think that's the brief history of what happened. And then throughout the pregnancy, there's a lot that we're going to say. I think I don't want to exhaust everything now, but there's a lot that you're going to share today.
Wow. Yo, I know. Can I write a book about this? Because yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. But thank you so much for that intro. I think we're done with the show. I think we're done with the show. That intro is the whole show. Is the whole show. But thank you so much. Let me firstly appreciate you for this opportunity and for speaking to me. And this is really important to me and it's close to my heart. And I appreciate that you were able to be, kind enough, yourself and your wife, of course, because not to mention not a girlfriend, then girlfriend, now wife. Okay, guys, understand that Bona. This they have built that union, and I appreciate you and I appreciate your wife. And I just want to say that this session, I'm hoping that it will just impact someone's life. For me, I know I talk too much, but I have to say this before we dive in deeper and deeper. You are a true inspiration. I've done a couple of things before, maybe a session where you invited me to speak to the young kids that you were like a project that you were working on. and that was something that was amazing. We gave them sanitary towels. You were a part of my campaigns, Chains for Chains. You've done so much, and you are an amazing father, an amazing husband. That's why, Gary, you know what? I just couldn't stop the excitement in me, because not only are you going to impact someone's life through your story, but even the testimony that you have and the life that you are living is a true testimony that, actually you as an individual, you can be a better person. You have always been a better person in my eyes, okay? But it doesn't matter what you've been through. The fact that your dad was somehow absent. Usually, when a boy or a boy child experiences that, often the boy child becomes, the opposite of who you are. They either become, criminals. They become, abusive or whatever, because of the anger that they had and all of that. But you turn out amazing, and your single mother, you got to give her that love, to take care of her, to do all of that. And I just want to applaud you, because guys like you, yes, a lot are there, but I don't think they're celebrated enough. So I just want to celebrate you in that regard. Now, okay, let's talk about this. Now, you were 19 and your wife was 17 at the time. And usually, if you're a young person now, and or maybe you are a young adult, a teen, you might be thinking, you know what, the fact that I was 19, it's okay, man, I could just have a child, it's okay, and all of that. So what I'm wondering is, at the time when you got to a point where you guys even thought to that extent, or even started maybe being intimate or whatever, what was that thing in your mind when you thought, okay, actually, I think, tell me that relationship part. And obviously, when you start, like, I just want us to be blunt. I don't know if I'm making sense. I want us to be as blunt as possible. I believe that young people are sugarcoating things. They are not saying things the way they are. Obviously, you saw a beautiful lady, you loved her, yes. And then in terms of intimacy, how did you even think about that when you were at that 90? Did you ever have a thought that maybe what I'm doing is not right? What was that experience like?
Okay. Yeah.
I know I
you
talk too
know,
much.
no, that's good. The story of me and Lindy, I think, is different from many other stories. Like I
Yeah,
said, we started with those Makoti, Mukhanyane things and everything, then until we decided to go there. But
yeah,
I would say with my relationship, we went stage by stage. I loved her, but I was afraid of her. We spoke, and then from there, I was not even pushy. I said, you'll answer me when you are right, and every time. We went there, and then she answered me after a very long time. I think after a month or so, giving my
yeah,
answer. I said, yes. I said, yeah, I was excited, but I was still afraid of her. You understand, my mother is very strict. She was a single parent, but she was very strict. So I couldn't do some of the things. I was very slow. I would go to Lindy, we check her, and then I would be fine by just checking her. I think
yeah,
for me to hold her hand took me about more than a year. When we were at least, I was at matric then, or after. I think I was doing my first year at varsity. That's where I started holding her hand in marching in public. And then we went there, and then I think we growing a bit. And I was at varsity by that time now. And at least I could now, and kissing there and there. But now, at the age 19, 17, that's where we started engaging in sex. Yeah,
yeah,
I was doing nursing at that time at varsity, but even those things that condom were not there. I just loved the lady. We were crazily in love, and then we did our own thing. I don't know. I don't think when you are a teenager, even if you can be taught at school or do some of the things. I don't believe you really take them seriously at that level, and I don't really believe that you care much. What you care is the feelings. The principle does not apply at that particular stage. You just love this particular person, and then you're not even aware that this particular person is the person I want to marry or something like that. The feelings overrules everything then. And then if you can't
uh-huh,
even think subjectively or something like that, Whether Lindy would be a marriage material, would be, I didn't know at that time. What I knew is that
Yeah.
I loved her and it ended there. And
Yeah.
then we engaged, and soon after that, she became pregnant. And then that's
Yeah,
where.
but you know what I like, what I liked about, sorry to jump in, on
Yes.
the intro that you mentioned, okay, that I read, of course,
Mm.
now I read the whole intro. You said that when you saw her, when she said yes to you, you saw the mother of your child, the mother of your children and everything. And I'm thinking, at 19, now I was like, I, you know, I've dated at around 19. I've had my experience with guys, but honestly, I feel like I didn't know what I was doing at the time. So for you to know that you've actually affirmed that this is the mother of my kids, and that is a reality now. She's a mother of your
Yes.
kids, not just one, not just two, but three.
Yeah, yeah, Ntabi, I think with me, I
Yeah,
always knew that I want family. That's what I knew because of my relationship with my father. I said, you know what, I think a child deserves to grow in a stable family where there's a father and a dad. So when she said yes, I just looked at her behavior at that particular
yeah,
time and said, you know what, this woman behaves very well, and
yeah.
I think she's the one. And I think after she agreed, it was on a Saturday after she gave me her
Mhm.
answers.
You even
Actually, when I
remember the
decided
day.
that, yeah, it was Saturday. It's very
I love
serious.
that.
Yeah, so it was Saturday. And then my mother was doing washing there. After
Yeah.
I received my answers, I went straight home to say, hey, mommy, hey, yeah, Lindy, you must
You
I said,
wanted
no,
to blow
Lindy.
with that.
Yeah, Lindy, we on to me, say, I'm going to marry. I said, and she left it there. I said, I will keep mama. We had
Yeah.
that particular conversation. And I always remind my mother of that particular conversation. That you remember, mama, before get wrong. That what happened. Actually, that by that time now, I was 16 when I knew that she's with the mother of my beautiful children. I was 16. But I think that the thing that pushed me is the relations with my father, saying, oh, you know what, I want family. I don't want this thing. I don't want my kid to grow up anywhere. I want this.
Wow. Wow. True. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Guys, my goodness. That is beautiful. That is a beautiful story. And I think, especially with what you said, being able to see positivity out of, an experience that you've had, that to me is amazing. And if I had to share my little story, I feel like, especially we by the way, guys, if you don't know, we are from the same hometown, same village. Let me not say
Mm.
town. Yes, town, village. We are village girl and boy, and we are proud. We are proud
Yes.
because it's a village. Write it down if you want to, because we are proud of where we come from, and we embrace that. And even what we went through as young people and everything, we all had our experiences. And I used to have a diary that I would write down the kind of things that would be happening in my life. And instead of me focusing on a problem, I would always try to find what could be the solution. So just you saying this, to me, it says that you were once in a point where you were not happy with the fact that certain things were happening with regarding to your father and everything, which I believe that every boy child needs that father figure. They wish to have that. Go to soccer with your dad, all of those things.
Mm-hmm.
But the way you were able to become just an amazing man, it's just it's amazing to me. So before we go further, we are not digressing from the conversation, but I want you to say something to that boy child who feels like, you know what, this life doesn't mean much to me. I am angry at my father. I'm not going to forgive him. He didn't raise me. And I'm not going to care about even raising other people because I don't even know how to do it. What can you say to that boy child? Because I believe that someone out there does not even know what to do, but at the same time, there could be a solution, a better solution. So, with your own experience, what advice can you give to that guy, that boy? Maybe they are older now, maybe they're still young. What can you say to them? and especially from our villages. I'm hoping that our
Mhm.
village kids are watching as well, or this can reach them. So yeah.
Yeah, Ntabi, I think the thing that one can do is to. I learned something as I was growing up to say, you know what, I know I may not now need to judge people much, including my father. I didn't understand why he did what he did, but now I had to say, you know what, maybe there are things that are pushing him. And I realized those things when I was old, that, you know what, the guy was married, and it might not have been easier for him to take care of me the way I wanted, or to be available to myself the way I wanted. But now, I think the most thing that one should ask himself is that, okay, should I be in his shoes? What would I do now? Now, and I think situations push me to a particular situation to say, now I'm here, and then what do I do now? Or now I'm
Mm,
growing, I am a man now. What do I do to change this particular thing?
mm,
And then I think the trend change. As you see your mother being alone, the struggles and everything. When you look at your mother, that's where you draw your strength. Say, what? I don't like this. This thing, I don't want it to continue in my lineage or in my chain. I think I must change now. And that's the decision I took to say, you know what, I think I saw what he did is not good and it's not assisting to anything. Actually, it's damaging. Let me try and change the way he did things. And I started looking at timers that were positive, that I would say I would admire. Dr. Chabalala and others to say, hey, this guy, I like the way he treats his family, the way he does his things and everything. And I started to engage with such people to say, okay, how do you do it and everything. And then I was taught, and I asked questions and do this, and then I proposed in my heart to say what I think the point that everything must start is to propose in your heart, to take a decision to say, you know what, I may not know much about these things of parent, but I think I'm going to be different, and I'm going to put effort into me being different. And that was it.
wow. Wow. No, thank you so, so much. And I'm hoping that if you're a guy out there, you are taking something out of this, because out of any situation, you can come out a better person. And, especially, I mean, I don't know, maybe you have a different religion, you believe in something different. I believe in God. I believe that when you open your eyes to the Lord, when you give yourself to God, when you allow Him to lead, you even have peace in your heart, regardless of what you go through. So when you allow Him to take a lead of everything that is happening in your life, you are allowing Him to really even help you to be a better person. And I'm not gonna say say it as if maybe I know exactly how it feels and everything, because I am blessed and fortunate that I was able to have both my parents together and raise me and everything. But I believe that even if I don't have that experience, the power of God is just super amazing, to a point where when you give yourself to God, you can still be a better person and overcome any circumstances. Wow. Okay. So I want to move on and ask you, the big question that is happening in our country and everything. But before I do that, I think let's not be rude. We have our guests, we have obviously our audience that have joined and all of that. We've got audience on Facebook. And guys, when you're on Facebook, if you comment, I will have to go to Facebook to read your comment. But if you can, come and join on YouTube, so that we can just read your comment from here. But I'm just quickly going to read the comments so that we can see who's here and what they are saying and all of that. Okay, my Demogela Corporate Solutions greeting us there. Hi, up close. Hi, Chuti. Good to see you guys. Hata, I look gorgeous. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So my Temogelo Corporate Solutions says, by the way, ke masego leina la gagwe. My Temogelo Corporate Solutions is her company. Are so batsadi ke bone ba into matchmaking. You know what? Batsadi ba in a way tshwantse re ba leboge, because yeah, no, they did the things. And and coincidentally enough, I had a conversation the other day, and you might even know this guy. So I was traveling from Mafikeng to to Pretoria, what, Midrand,
Mm.
where I stay, right, to Gauteng. And so he was driving us. By the way, you can use his services, Katlego Ndlovu. from my
Mhm.
village, from, you know what, we're taking the money home. If you want a door-to-door service, he can assist you. So we were having a conversation where we were talking about the fact that white people, like white communities and everything, ba tla ba matchmaker bana ba bone sentse le bana banyane. And you know, they will take them to dates and everything, ba ba rekele the ice cream, and then they grow up. The next thing, they are married. You know, that thing, they grew up together, immediately they are married. So the matchmaking, Masejo, you know what? Yeah, a little now we can adopt. But do you want to say anything, or should I move?
No, no, but that's the truth.
Yeah,
And we appreciate them for that. We always talk about it to say, "Bilal, nalo re kopantse le." Without you, we don't know. But I think it works. But I don't think they knew what this will bring forth. But yeah, it was
yeah,
matchmaking. Because
yeah. So
apparently, okay, Utlile, when Lindy came, ne, the
yeah.
first things that we looked at, we watched the movie, and then my aunt, she went away
Yeah.
for some time now. I said, eh. But because
It's
we
a
couldn't do nothing,
sign.
we were still. And then the distance from where I stay to where body, like, enormous. It's very far. So
Yeah.
I think it's matchmaking. Yeah.
Okay, no, no. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. Okay. Okay. Okay, guys. I thank you so much. I look amazing. Let me just move and go to other comments. 3G boss. 3G boss. I'm not sure what 3G boss means for the woman that bet this man. So I think what Chitu Diary saying that big ups to the woman that gave birth to you. So big ups to your mom. Listen, I salute Helena. I was gonna take off my wig just to show her some respect, but you can't. Don't want to show. So yeah, no, I agree, Chitu. I agree. Big ups to your mom. Like, you know what? Being a single mother, I like. I am friends with women that are single mothers. I know all the women that are single mothers, and I've got the utmost respect for them. So big ups to your mom. I love you, mommy. If you're watching. All right. What's more beautiful than family? Okay. What's more beautiful than family? Making family work, understanding the sacredness of it. Yeah. And you know what? Talking about that, Chidu, this man right here, I'm going to show you guys. I've got a surprise. I'm going to show you guys like the family. You're going to see the cute, you guys. All right. It's amazing how this story played out. It's true that we design our lives. Mogomotsi designed his. I agree. Do you feel like you've designed your own life? You feel that way?
Like, yeah, like I said to you that I proposed in my heart. I decided, I took a decision there and there to say, you know what, I don't want to be like this guy, and I
Yeah.
want now to have things done in the way that I think I would love it when I see it. If it is a movie, I would watch it and enjoy it. I love my family too much,
I,
I think when I look at them, I said, no, yeah, I think that's what I wanted. We're not yet
yeah.
there, but we do have our challenges there and there, but I think from that day or from that particular situation, I proposed, and from there I designed it. I think I
Yeah.
agree with that.
No, definitely. That I know. You know, even like yesterday, as I was watching TV with my husband, I was like, babe, let me show you. Look at this family. Look at them. Look at how beautiful they are. Like I was showing him every picture I have. That's how much I was just appreciating. And yeah, I respect you for that, for loving your family. So there's a story here. I think someone has a story. Up close says my husband before I even met him, he had said to himself that at 25 he must be married and be done with having kids. When I met him, I thought this was crazy. Okay. I turned 26 3 days back. He turned 27 in December. We are married, and our last born turns 3 in December. Wow, that's amazing. That's a beautiful story. Yeah. So it's true that when a man knows what he wants, he knows. He knows. When a man says, "Born," and I think my
Yeah,
husband did that as well. My husband
now he
used to
knows.
play this song. I forgot the matrimony. If you don't know the matrimony, you must Google it. Google the matrimony. And that song, when it plays, I think of the words that he said at some point that when I'm gonna marry you. And I feel like, wow. So clearly you guys, I'm not
can I
saying,
filter in on there?
okay, you can.
Can I filter in? I learned something when I
Yeah.
was at varsity from the late Mas Bukhudi, the lady who got accident and then she passed on. She said,
The
you know what?
teacher.
Huh?
Master Bukhuri, the teacher.
No, she was not a teacher.
Okay, fine.
She was a nurse, yes. And
Oh, okay.
then she said to me, you know what? I think I was still in love with Lindy by that time. She said, you know what? You know the bad thing as us as female, we don't know your intention when you come to us. It's only you as a man that knows the intention. So I think it's clear when, and that's the sad part of it being a woman. When I come and say I love you, you see the love and everything, but it's only me or it's only the males or the husband that knows the whole intention of why they come to you. That's how it is, and that's absolutely. So I think we must tell all these husbands, these boys outside that so know what, please have the right intentions about them. When you go to them, you know your intentions. If you're not serious about it, you know from the very beginning that you're not serious about it. But if you love her, you know for the very first time you say I love you, you know that we mean it. And please let it be that. Let's go to them when we mean it. If you don't mean it, leave them alone.
Please, guys, I hope that you are taking notes. Gentlemen, please don't play this, girls. Don't play. Don't, but guys, my younger sister is still not married as yet and everything. Please claim it. We still have younger sisters. Please don't play with them. Be as honest as possible. Be real. We can afford to experience that. Oh, awesome. Okay, so Chitu, we're almost done with the comments. Chitu's just congratulating what up close. Okay, we celebrate men like Mogomotsi. Very grateful for you, Bona. I'm clapping for him. Definitely, indeed. So we've got Beatrice coming all the way from Facebook. Good afternoon, a bit late, but I'm in. Listen, you're not late, honey. You are just in time for the best part. All right. So Jibosa is in Niger. So she's Nigerian. So it's a
Yeah.
Nigerian slang. Ah, my sister, thank you now. We appreciate now. Um, I guess he don't regret marrying at a young age. Wow. Well,
We'll talk
interesting.
to that.
You don't, right?
I
Is
don't
it
do
the
that.
best thing you've ever
I'll do
done?
it. I'll do it again and again.
Ah, I love that. That's beautiful. We have Malevo TV joining us. Hello, Queen. Welcome to the show. Intention. Yes, definitely. This man had intention and border. He didn't stop at anything. And the wife is pretty. Wow. I believe that even, for him to marry, you know what? This queen right here, no one is going to pass and ignore her beauty. So let me jump on the opportunity. Awesome. Thank you so much. Now, all right, let's pause on the comments, but do keep them coming. Let's see if we have any comments on Facebook. Okay, we do have. Guys, the guy that I'm talking to right now, he's a celebrity. If you thought I'm a celebrity, if you thought I was a celebrity, I am telling you. So we have. I'm just gonna put the comments here. So Libya are interesting problem. Barry heard. I'm not laughing, Queen. I'm not laughing at all. But you know what? I believe that there are still great men out there. So if someone is gonna hurt you, you have a solution. Leave them, because if they are hurting you, it means that they are not bringing any value in your life. So why would you stay with someone who is not really making you happy? So well, I'm not an expert in this, but don't stay in a relationship that is not fulfilling you. Don't stay with someone who has his intentions not clear and all of that. I think when you are clear about what you want more long, now you will know, should I stay or shouldn't I? Okay, quickly, let's move on quickly. Dumelo Melo, and nothing as beautiful as being a young parent and having full support from your partner. That is the beautiful thing. And I have to applaud Mogomotsi as well, because he's the most supportive partner ever. Like, guys, I born like a week, but you can't really know. Pato, Zichel, Dichabe, and a lot of love to you both. Thank you. We love you too. Thank you so much. All right, so let's pause. I hope there are no other comments. Let's get Chapan, guys. If you are on Facebook and I'm not reading your comment, come to YouTube, okay? So this question, and this is what even inspired this conversation, right? The issue of teenagers. Like recently there was obviously a statistics saying that over 23,000 teenagers are falling pregnant, and some are as young as 10 years old, which but 10 years. So now you are a nurse. And before you answer this, I think you can just tell us your profession, exactly what you do, what you are qualified in, and then maybe dive in deeper answering this. And you can look at it as, I don't think this one needs you to even touch base on your story, because I feel like, but it can be relatable because you're coming from a place of a teen, but your experience might help in terms of having an advanced response in that. So what are your thoughts with teenage pregnancy that is happening? It seems like it's increasing and increasing, and it's a concern, because when you are young, in my opinion, I shared a video, by the way, and on that video I was very vulnerable, and at some point I was feeling so sad, because I felt like, when you are young, it's so difficult. So it doesn't matter whether you're coming from a rich family or a poor family, because I believe that pregnancy and being a mother or a young father, it goes also with emotions. It's not just you being pregnant, having everything you want, or the other way around. There's a lot that goes in. And also, I feel like it steals away something. So I also have this other question. But okay, I'll ask that question after. I think answer this, then I'll ask it after. Ish, me and many questions.
I think maybe what is the question now that I must answer?
Okay, so what are your thoughts on what's currently happening in our country, South Africa, on teenage pregnancy, the high rate of teenage pregnancy, and what do you think should be done better?
Okay. Yes. Like I know I'm from that particular situation, but now if I can review everything, I would say it's not a good thing. Whatever that's going to our country now, shattering it's something that is very serious, because pregnancy is a permanent thing. You can't deal. Maybe you may abort or something, but the scar will remain there permanently. You know that you at least are pregnant at a certain stage. Yeah. What is happening in our country is not something that we should take lightly. And I think for now, the government is trying, the social civil organizations are trying to raise awareness on why is it, or about the whole thing. But yeah. I will think there's still more that needs to be done. The problem is that the reasons for teenage pregnancy are not the same. There are a lot of different reasons. Some are pregnant because they are raped. Some are pregnant because and then people take advantage of them. Some they are pregnant because they don't know much. Some are pregnant because they are just at idiot and they want to experience for themselves. There are a lot of reasons based on that. So the solutions to these particular things will differ based on each case as to what should be done actually in this particular one. But I really think that we need, if I was to be asked what is to be done, we need to engage the young in this particular conversation. The problem is that we want to come with solutions to young people, but we don't want them to be part of the particular solution. We want to tell them what to do, and we are at some time out of touch with the reality they are in at that particular time. I have my daughter, which I have when I was young. She's 10 years old now. And I try by all means to talk to her about a particular thing. And I don't impose my ideas to her. What I think should be done is that don't impose your ideas, listen to what she's saying or what they are saying, these kids, and then try to navigate your solutions around on what or how they are thinking. I don't think we do have a one size fits all solution to all of them and as if what to be done, but I think as a parent or as a mother or as a father, we do have a responsibility to tap into the thinking of our children and just check other things. Maybe they are abused. That would be the opportunity to say, okay, what is happening in your life? And maybe by you talking to that particular having conversation with her, you may tap and check or get as to what. Yeah, that's my daughter there. Very beautiful one. I
Okay,
love you
guys.
very much. Yeah.
Very
Yes.
beautiful daughter.
So
So I just had to show a picture of her. And
yeah.
before I remove it, guys, this is the blessing, the first blessing that came, right?
Yes, this is the first one. Kahelelo is the name. The Kahelelo
Exactly.
means foundation. So
It's the
we knew
foundation.
what we were doing. This thing was a foundation. So sorry. The
Sorry,
other
not
one
a
that
problem.
yeah,
Not a
the other
problem.
one that came after here is Kahano. Kahano
Yeah,
is building, and then the other one, last one was to be Kaho, the building. So no, it's
yeah,
fine when you
yeah.
talk to
No, it's
yeah.
fine. We can, it's not a problem. I can just show a few as you are talking.
Okay, it's fine.
Um, and
Yes.
no, this is the family, guys. This is a family, as you can see, E re ke le kgalise en bikinyana. This is the beautiful family, guys, that I was telling you about. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Can they just give me one? Can you all comment and say that I deserve one? Okay, that's mommy. Look at them, guys. Look at that.
Yeah, we are
So
five now.
please give us their names again.
Okay, the eldest one is Kahelelo, the foundation, and then
Yeah.
Kahano is the build. Kahano is building each other. The second one there
Oh,
on the middle, and then the last born was supposed to be Kaho, but we decided after he was born to say his name will be Mogomotsi Justice Seleke the second. So his name is
oh,
Justice Seleke the second.
yeah, yeah. You are taking the name, born the legacy of the name.
Yeah,
Okay, okay.
yes, yes,
Okay, no,
yeah.
that's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. So that the one. I think we should include them in this particular thing, and then they should be part of this thing. Though like I said, I don't believe there's one size fits all. You know, the group that I was with at church that I was invited to talk to. One thing I was talking to my wife, I said, I don't really understand why, because some of them became pregnant at a young age, and I thought that we were working towards preventing that particular thing. And I think we really need to put more effort into thinking what is to be done. But one thing that I think is becoming effective is to tapping
Yeah.
into their thinking.
Okay. That really makes sense. And I must say, when you think of, because I when I was speaking honestly, I needed to protect. I needed to be safe because I wouldn't want to say something ke sa tlhaloganye gore why it happened, you feel what, or end up being judgmental, guys, because I think everyone goes through different, situations, and there's a reason why certain things happen and everything. So it's so important that we don't even judge someone who is young and falls pregnant. I mean, we from the village, guys. We from a village, and we spend time with people that would, have certain views on what they think of something and all of that. But I also feel like let's just really think before we say things. Let's just find out the core of why things are happening. But if I have to say something, I feel like, as young people, if you're still a teenager, it's so important that you protect that teenage life, protect that. So, moving on to the next question, how did you guys having kids together, both you and your wife, you can tell us about both of your experience. How did it affect you negatively? Because fine, I think I'm inspired by you guys. Your story is just inspiring to other people, but I believe that we shouldn't just look at the great side of things. There's always that side, that disadvantage that came with the situation. I want you to talk about that a little bit. So yeah.
Yes. You know what? I think one more prominent thing that I would mention is that having a child at a young age, it's one thing that you I don't know how to put it, but you are stuck at some point with a person that you're not sure you really want to spend your life with. So that's why many other, I think a lot of single parenting came from teenage lifestyle, because you don't apply your mind when you're a teenager into this whole thing. You're just in for the feeling and everything, but principles does not exist. So now you have a child and then you decide, okay, is this the person that I want to be with, or is not the person that I want to be with? But I think most of the, or 80% of people that had children at teenage time, they didn't have children with people they really want at this particular life in time, or when they are 20 something years now after realizing everything. So one thing, disadvantage is that you may, for example, I sometimes we will sometimes talk about it, me and Lindy, with that. Imagine if I was a drunkard and everything, you'd be stuck with me forever, or you would be a single parent. Something that happens. So having a child at a young age, not having applied your mind to all these things, parenting and marriage, is something very difficult. It affects you negatively. But I think there are a lot of challenges that came with this whole thing were experienced by Lindy, and some of the effects are still even even today. Um, okay, with me, it was an embarrassment at the imminent of it, as it was happening. The embarrassment, my body was very young, was very tiny by then. And then the other things that I was very active at church and everything. That the judgment comes and everything. Everyone knows that you have impregnated somebody, and then so that pressure and everything. But with her, she had to carry the baby. She was still at high school. She was attending until 13. She had to carry the baby now. And the embarrassment at that time, it was not, people, the moral generation now, there's generation of morality now. People don't care even if you are pregnant at the young age. But at that time, there was this highly standards, and it was not a common thing that a child would become pregnant. If you become pregnant as a child, it would be a talk of the village to say, hey, and
Yeah.
everything. So
Hey.
now Lindy had to navigate through that. He had to live through that particular experiences. He has to go to school in that particular. He has to go throughout the village with that particular pregnancy, or the abdomen that is big, and it's very difficult. So with her now, and Lindy around, she was at middle school and everything. She was a good learner in terms of books. She was scoring high. She had certificates. But after pregnancy, everything went down. She even failed the grade. It became very bad. And time I was attending, I was at varsity. I was not affected much because I can I just, there's a call that coming in there. Yes, sorry for that. And then for
I
her,
know that you are a celeb,
can you
you're
hear
a busy
me?
man. So it's fine. We understand that you're a busy guy.
There's somebody here jealous. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Now your screen is
Can
turned. Okay.
you hear me now?
Yeah,
Yeah. Hey, sorry, there's somebody jealous here giving me a
no
call.
problem.
Yeah. So I think most of the atrocities or disadvantages were on her side, because now I wasn't affected much because I passed through record time. But with her, she felt great, and you know what? The change on her body, she was still young, remember, but Nkaba was there now because there's a baby, and then she had to live with it, the changes and everything. It was showing that she does have a baby, and she gave birth through the Caesar. So the challenges, many things, I think, were on her side that are really
Mm.
not no 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 not so. So I don't say I don't want to say it was luck or something, but the good thing it is I tried to support her at that particular time. I made sure that I'm with her throughout, but it's something that is very scarce. It does not happen. I know my age mate at that time. Many of them could not think as I was thinking. So I know the young boy mentality. I lived with them. I may not have lived through that particular mentality, but I know how they think at that particular age. So
Yeah.
now we went through that, and then there were a lot of things in the way. Even now, she was struggling with some of the things or some of the effects of that having that particular child at a young
Mm.
age. She had dreams, she had everything. Everything had to stop now
Mm.
because now
So
she's
basically,
now
what
a
you're saying is
parent.
that, sorry, what you're saying is that um, for a young person who's watching this, what you're saying is that there are high possibilities that you being pregnant or having a child now can change your life around, can somehow slow the progress of what you want to achieve. That's what she's saying.
Definitely, definitely. It does. There's no one who goes through a particular stage and comes in legit as he was or with dreams that he had, especially with females. I know with males it does affect us, but with females it affects them more than ever. So actually I'm calling up to my sisters that please be sober. You know that there's a thing when women are crazily in love, they don't tend to think much. But I'm calling up to them to say, you know what, make proper decisions. More serious, on a very serious note, they should make proper decisions. Yeah.
So can I ask you a very um well, you know what? You and I are from a village, and I'm not really. I think I'll use our village because that's where we come from. Um, we have, places, clubs, and everything. And one thing I know, young people consume alcohol as a form of entertainment, as a form of having fun and whatever. And a lot of young people, they find themselves pregnant. Some it's because of them being drunk and something happened. They don't even know if there was a condom or whatever. So when you think about young people and the kind of lifestyle they live today, what do you think is right? What do you think should be avoided, and how can it be avoided? I'm just making example
I
with
think, yeah.
knowing
Okay.
that our young, like, guys, Kohai, I know. By the way, I was young. I was even part of a dance group. We used to go to those places. I'm not gonna say I didn't go to those places, but Rona, at our times, we were a little bit afraid. We were trying, yeah, and we were a little bit better. But nowadays, hey man, they double.
Yeah, I think that's a good question right there. I sometimes, when you talk to me, I said, hey, my teenage stage is a very serious and very dangerous stage because that's when most of mistakes that can change your life happens. And that's simply because, like I said, you use your feelings more than you use your mindset or you use your mind. Your mind principle does not apply that particular stage. And um, I think that's where many people need to be careful. The young people, I would say that they must be young because that's where you define your life. And I tried. I also went there to a tavern there and there, but I knew that's what I wanted. And I am saying to all these people, all of young people, that don't be pressurized by, don't be, yeah, don't come out of peer pressure. That thing is dangerous. And I know because I had to decide at that particular stage that you know what, I don't like this lifestyle. And my friends, all of them, Abu Jab and everyone, were doing it. And me like being against the lifestyle, it meant that I'm losing friends, and that was the most thing that I could not stand at the time. But I had, for my sake, I had to take that particular decision to say, you know what, I may not be relevant. I was not relevant. I was not popular when I was growing up at our village. I was a reserve child, and then I decided to go to church, and then that's where my life turned. I think I went straight to church, and I attended church, and I became more into religion and everything.
Yeah.
But I think those decisions that were tough at the moment are paying off today. I think I have a very stable family, at least, and I might be living at least a better life. Not to say to compare myself to them, those who are with at that particular time. But I would say if I continued in that particular lifestyle at that time, I don't think I would be where I am today. And that's the whole thing about it. Do uncomfortable decisions when you are still there. They may be uncomfortable, you may be feel unloved, you may feel all these things, but I think your goal should be about the future. You should move from that particular thing because really, trust me, you may think you are thinking proper at that particular stage, but you are not thinking proper at all. It's only your emotions that are above principle or the right thing to do.
Thank you so much. And I really appreciate that. And I hope that you guys are taking notes. I'm hoping that you're going to share this with that young person who needs this, because these are nuggets that we should constantly instill in the young people. And just to add, there's no way I cannot add. I'm a sister to, well, my sister she's currently 27. She's a little bit older, like I feel like I'm at the point where I need to stop saying, hey, what are you doing? Whatever. And allow her to be her because she's 27. She can make her own decision, but it's still a little bit hard. But now, if I can share a story, I remember my younger sister at some point, she failed her matric, not once, not twice. Actually twice. And the third time around, I was like, no, I need to intervene. And at the time, she also enjoyed going out, going to those places in our village and everything, being with friends and everything. And there's nothing wrong with her friends. I don't have anything against them. But I would like to believe that there was something that was missing, that was lacking there, because her focus was now focused on this kind of lifestyle. And sometimes when you have to study, she even shared a testimony, by the way. I have a video on my channel. She shared a testimony that she went out the previous day, the next day, only to find that they were writing. Not high school, only to find that they were writing. And she was not aware. Actually, they called her or something. I don't know exactly how that happened, but you know, when you give yourself time to do things that are really not helping you grow, helping you prosper, helping you achieve your short-term goals, which I believe that the school is that short-term goal because you're gonna evolve or go to university, whatever. It's just born at 12 years or cha-cha-cha. The next thing you go to the next level, but you were not able to sacrifice that. So there are things that can distract you in life. So as a young person, think about your future. Think about, you know, stop it, pausing a little bit, because fun will always be there. Boys will always be there. Girls will always be there. So, and I also like to engage with a boy child, because it's not just about young women, young girls. It's also about a boy child. They are all beautiful. They are flowers. They'll come with weaves, with whatnot, kind of makeup. You'll see them all body sizes and everything. But be true to yourself. Know what you want in life, right? So I'm not gonna motivate and inspire because we have the inspiration here. Now I have a message from you know, a lady that I'm very fond of. She has really inspired me a lot as I was growing up. I believe that you might, you actually know who I'm talking about. So you're about to find out. She was kind enough to leave a message for us, for you and I. And yeah, be ready. I hope you're ready. So let me play it.
Good morning to all young and old people who are joined to this empowering program today. Thanks a lot to the host, Ms. Ntabiseng Mokhosi, and the guest, Master Mogomotsi Seleke. I'm feeling so proud of you today to see you two having matured so much. To Ntabi, thanks for making this your business. There is a say, mind your own business. I say, if it builds a nation, make it your business. If it saves a life, make it your business. For it to be redressed, it should begin by being someone's business. To Mogomotsi, thanks for taking the responsibility of your actions, sir. You made most parents proud at an early age. You showed love, responsibility, and maturity at a tender age. You are still on the same track after so many years. A good example to many youth. Children is not a mistake. They are a blessing. Let's take responsibility. To the community of Tsetse, we are blessed to have youth like Ntabiseng, Mokhosi, and Mogomotsi Seleke. Let us utilize the resources whilst they are still available. Youth, let us take responsibility of our actions. Teenage pregnancy may be seen as a taboo, but as you take responsibility does not mean that you have to have money. Even if you can't provide material, you may provide love. Love is always available. It is up to you how you utilize it. Take responsibility. Thanks once more, Ntabiseng and Mogomotsi. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Raleboga. That is Aus Geneva Mpunzi. She's actually my neighbor. life. She's my believer. So thank you so, so much for that message. I am very touched. Actually, when I was listening to it before I played it, I was quite emotional. I kind of shed a tear because, it's all the people that see the value that we have, that see the work that we do, and we still need to appreciate. And sometimes you do things and you don't see how amazing it is or how powerful it is. So I just want to say thank you so, so much, and for continuing to be, a guide to us. And when I look at you, I don't look at myself as someone who is older. I get it because I'm married now, but I'm not gonna look at myself as, hey, ke motona, what are you saying? I still appreciate and respect and listen like a child. So thank you so, so much. I don't know if you have any response to that.
No, she knows how I will respond. By the way, she was part of the Lobona negotiations, so she knows those whole things. She was from the side from Lindy's side. Yeah,
Oh, that's
she was part of them.
nice.
Yes,
Oh,
and thank you for that.
wow. That's
And
nice.
really, it's soothing to hear that there are such people who are thinking highly of you. I don't take myself that serious, and I don't really know that people who take myself that serious. I'm just a child, and to them I'll remain a child. And to those who are my inspiration, to thank you very much. But that's not my intention. I don't have such. I don't
No,
even
listen, don't even doubt it. You are amazing.
Yeah, no. I think, but I'm doing it for my kids and for my family. I really don't have an intention to brag about it or something like this. It's something that
Yes.
happens natural, not natural, but because I purpose in my heart, and I believe that everybody can do it. Sometimes when you comment, we are very amazed about my pictures with my family. As but this is normal, comrades. It can happen to
It's
everyone.
a normal thing
So
for you. You used
yeah,
to it.
it's very, yeah, I'm used to doing it.
Ah, beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you so much. So, we have so many messages coming from Facebook, and I
Read them.
definitely have to share that. So I'm
Yes.
quickly gonna share. Let's see. Are you able to see my screen, guys?
Yes, we can.
All right. Okay. What's happening now? Okay. Someone you are true. Give my baby
Hey,
some water. All right. So, okay, I'm gonna try to zoom this in a little bit. Because if I can copy, I won't finish, guys. I hope you can see. So I'm gonna quickly read the comments coming from Facebook. So we have Tilfatso Khobokwe saying food for thought, very informative. Thank you so much, Tilfatso. We appreciate that message. We've got Princess Nomvula Mutwewa. She's saying that even a good raised child can act like a hooligan on the street. No parents could encourage their kids to go have sex. Kids nowadays have every information. It's not like those days where such information wasn't available. Some just want to prove a point. I think this is a good point, and thank you for bringing that up. I feel like you don't really need to experience something when there's so much information. You have phones, you've got data, you've got social media. We are talking about this. So yeah, I totally agree. And then we've got Sia Speaks saying, growing up Eka Silami, there was a Love Life center where young boys and girls would go and attend after school. Accordingly, this program was created to tackle teenage challenges in community and empower young people. But we all knew that guys working at that specific center were sleeping with almost all the pretty girls on the corner of the community. Is that true?
yeah,
Is that true? I'm going to ask my friend Tulufelo Hori, was that thing happening in that? Tulufelo's Khatle used to be part of that, but okay, let's not debate on that. I just want to say that Love Life, I think, really had a good impact. Is it still there? No, ne? It's no
no,
longer there.
I don't know. I don't know. But it's no longer popular if it's there.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
true. But I think it was also a good program, really, to help
It
young
was.
people. It was
Yeah,
teaching
it
a lot.
was.
Last message from Facebook, Semi Musi, Abu Semi Batong, that's family right there. He's saying that you said a mouthful, Reselega. Young must support each other to the end. I guess he meant young people. They both started this and must not let the load be on one side. Okay, hope most youngsters are listening to this topic and look up on you. Big ups and keep loving Mrs. Seleke. Oh,
I'll do that, definitely.
definitely do that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Facebook. We appreciate. So I'm just gonna quickly read a few messages coming from the platform. And guys, I also have a surprise for you. The missus, of course, left us a message. Okay, so there was no way that we're gonna get out of here because I know Mavani, yesterday when we were engaging on the post and everything, some were like, we want to hear what your wife has to say. We want her to speak and everything. So we made, some kind of arrangement for her to drop us a good voice note so that we can share with you. It's a little bit longer. So because of the app that I'm using, I'll probably pay a bit of it. Then I'll see how best I can just put all of it on my channel and you can listen to all of it. So yeah, but let's see what you guys are saying on the comment section. Hey, celebrity guys, look, my my live stream has never been so busy. I'm a bit scared, but I think it's because of this topic and this conversation. And I must say
Yeah,
thank you
yeah.
so much for that. Someone is agreeing with what you're saying. I think they were talking about your baby here. She's so beautiful. I have no doubt she'll turn out to be amazing just from looking at the people raising her. Listen, girl, I agree with you there. Awesome. Life with Leonard. Hi, Leonard. Welcome. He's saying awesome and a very relevant topic. It's great to put an alternative narrative out there. It is very important. So thank you so much for that. Masako says, now I believe in teaching. And I think we must stress goal setting teachings, how to achieve them, what to avoid, what will deprive them to achieve them. Teaching is important. And by the way, Masako has, 3 daughters. She's raising 3 daughters and she's a nurse as well. So when she says this, I definitely agree with it because she had to instill so much on those young girls. Well, young and a bit older. The oldest is 20. Yeah. Richmond, hello, welcome family. We appreciate seeing you here. I hope I'm not taking much of your time. Are you still good with time?
I'm here. I'm
Are
relaxed. We can
you
go for 2 hours.
are my person? You rock. Masura says, remember, it takes 2 to tango. Boys also need to
Definitely.
take responsibility of their actions. My experience as a nurse, ke gore, basetsana ba re, they end up doing it because they don't want to lose their lovers. Hey, Nainda, what do
Yeah,
you have to say about that?
it's true. It's very much true. You know, when a girl loves, when a
So,
woman loves, you know the song. No, when a woman loves, like they do love for real. I do agree with the song, and
yeah.
it becomes very, when a girl child falls in love, uka when I fell as a boyfriend more than even Baholoba, they won't any say anything anymore unless we know more and so on going forward. So I really believe that they do it because they fear losing us, not because they want to chora banaka, but for them maybe figure out that if you want it without condom, they will do it just for you because you want it like that, and they are afraid of losing you. That's love. That's how they are created. I think at some point the rational type of person moves away from them. Definitely, and then that's why when you get in love with the wrong person, it always end up with you being the head most of the time because you give your all. And in this regard, I think I didn't take advantage of Lindy. I loved it. So that's it.
Guys,
No.
do you guys understand love?
But I want to agree that it would have ended very bad if she got somebody else in jail. Or if I was a careless somebody, I was irresponsible somebody. That's the danger of it. You don't always get somebody who get to support you. You don't always get somebody on the right intentions. And hey, that's bad for ladies. You know, hey, it's sad because, like I said, they don't know you don't know our intentions when you come to you. You don't know them. We're now what I say, and then you will believe what I say, and that's bad.
Please don't beat my baby up, please. Okay, no, thank you so much for that. Mogomotsi, if someone ngwana o batla go tsena mo life, ngwana o batla go tsena mo life, o batla go bona TV. Okay, we have Chitu showing some love. The real, the real Santos, hello. Looks like I'm late. You are late. Please make sure that you read through because you can't miss this. You really can't miss this at all. Hi, Chitu. Okay. So I'll just pass the messages where you guys are greeting each other. Next, that's to avoid, yeah. So hi, Elizabeth BT. Hello, Queen. Good to see you. Thank you so much. Someone is saying, I'm a fan. We love you. If you're a fan, we love and appreciate you. So that's super awesome. Okay. All right. I don't think we have any other comment here. Let's see if we have on Facebook. I don't want to get there. No, I think so far so good. All good. I don't know. I feel like I should share a glimpse of what your wife had to say, or should I leave it for later?
Anyhow you want it, man, it's fine. Hey,
okay, so before I do that, guys, let me just appreciate all the comments that are coming in and all your engagements. And I'm honestly hoping that you're taking something. The whole objective here is for you to learn something great. Now, Kikupa, about your profession, what you do and everything, and how you got to that. And also because you work in a medical industry and everything. What's your experience with young people, especially some that would come, you might not be working on that part, but some would come body abortion, some would come whatnot. What in the medical space, how do you guys help these young people make better decisions based on you as a professional in your career?
Okay, yeah, that's a very difficult question to answer. It's deep, that one. Yeah, but
just answer what you can. I give it about your profession, okay. But we can, yeah.
Yes, yeah, I am a nurse. I am a registered nurse, but the sad part of that is, there are a lot of streams around nursing. There are those who working with mental health. There are those who working with pregnant women, or there are a lot of streams. Midwives and everything. So the stream that I chose, it's a psychiatric stream, and it's nice. I always wanted to. I was always interested on how people think and how people make decisions they make and everything. So I was always enticed by the mind, and then I chose to be placed on the psych side. And I did psychology because I wanted to pursue psychology, because psychology, at least you can go a bit further than in nursing. Nursing is a bit limiting in terms of that, in terms of decision making around people, especially the psychological part of it. So I went to do psychology, and then that's why I ended it in psychology. So I still need to go there, do the honors and then the masters in psychology. I'm still going there, because I like this particular life. I love the human mind and how the mind can think and everything. So with us, what we are doing, I once, at least I had the privilege of working in an institution that works with such young people, but who are making special decisions, young people on drugs and everything. The issue is that with the mind, there's no, what I would say, there's no any treatment that you can give, or a pill or a tablet that you can give for you to think straight. There's nothing about that. there's a lot that we can only talk to you. There's a psychotherapies and other things, behavioral therapies and all other things. So that's what we do in terms of assisting in terms of the mind. But like I don't know, I can't remember the name of the person who commented. I think it's all about teaching. And teaching. But the problem is that some factors are external, some are internal. Then you may teach as an external factor, teach the child, but at the end of everything, she's the one who's supposed to take, or he's the one who's supposed to take the decision. And that's how and that one we can't control. It's very deep how people get to do. Even some people can be exposed to a lot of information, but decide not to take it and do the very same thing that the information is saying they must not do. So that's the complexity of the mind and how people make their decisions, and we ought to live with it. Even psychologists today, they are still in an endeavor to check how can they really tell why these people is thinking the way they are thinking, or are thinking the way they are thinking. So I think for now what we can do is teaching.
Teach. We can never stop teaching, guys. So definitely I also agree with that. And also, as I think I also want to speak from a point of, I'm a sister to my younger brother and sister, and my younger brother is, I believe that he's a teen father. He was young when he had a child. So I believe that the teaching as well needs to be really supported by us as sisters, as siblings, as brothers and sisters, as parents as well. Let's somehow instill teaching in the kids and everything, because as much as we can rely on people like Mogomotsi in the medical space and everything, like Masego as well, she's a nurse, as much as we can rely on them to speak to this generation, the truth is by the time they get there, the damage is already done. And no matter what they say, the damage is already done. So how we can prevent maybe stages where young people get to do things at the time that is not appropriate. It's a topic that is very close to my heart, because Lynn, as a young person, there were times where I took wrong turns, and I'm not gonna act like I was a perfect child. I took wrong turns. I did the things that I was not supposed to do. But luckily for me, I could have people in my life that could somehow help me to get to the right direction. So if you are seeing even neighbors and the community, it takes a village to raise a child. When you see that someone's child is misbehaving, you are passing by and then she got dropped off by some car, and then you can't even see what car it is, and then she gets home, maybe below 30 plastic. We're not okay. There are two people. You as a neighbor or a community member, or money after a car from someone dropping them off. It could be someone older or whatever. And then they have a plastic of groceries. They get home. When they get home, you as a parent, you as a sister, you're like, oh, that's nice. What do you have there? You're not even going to ask where they get those things. How do they get them and everything? You are just going to enjoy them, eat, whatever. And then when another one that saw that child as a community member, you just let it slide and not even be concerned, or even address it with the parent to say, I'm seeing a certain behavior with your child. I don't know if you're aware of it, but I just kind of saw this. So maybe just look into that. It might not be anything, but maybe look into that. If it's something, please try to help your child, because there's so much that we can do together, guys, and we can prevent certain things. We can't save the entire world, but we can do a little bit. Yeah, that's my view.
Definitely, but you must also think that there's this thing of hey, sometimes when trying, you may go to the parent and then they say there's this issue that I've seen about your child, but you'll be told to mind your own business. These things exist. They do exist, but I believe it is through this kind of initiatives, especially from your side. I must appreciate you in that, because you might not know the impact that this whole thing would do. But and such initiatives, we know we have worked in the project, especially in the young people and everything. I think when we continue to talk, when we continue to raise awareness, like we are doing now. I think somebody, we may not touch all lives, we may not be hit by all, but I believe that one child who was about to get pregnant in the teenage life would be saved and would not go that particular direction. The thing that we didn't speak much about is the issue of abortion, because many get pregnant and go that route. It's very dangerous. And many, I've seen many who go through backstreet abortion because they can't afford the normal abortion, or they can't even stand the embarrassment of standing at the queue at the hospital. So they resort of going to that particular backstreet abortion. It's very dangerous. I had a friend who went through that particular thing, and for days, if not a month, close to a month, she was suffering that particular thing. She would cry. Sometimes when I visit her, I would find her in a bath of water, hot, sometimes hot, because she could not know how to deal with that particular thing. And there are effects of that particular thing. Sometimes they can be very worse. So some kids they survive it through abortions and everything. But the right way is to say, man, let me wait and wait for a proper time. We don't say wait until a certain age. Wait until you can make proper decisions and really know that is this particular person that I really want to have a child with. Because that's the question that you should ask yourself. Is this particular responsible person responsible enough to be a father or something like that? That aspect, we don't look at it much. And only when we have a child later on, we discover our also good is attack and diving. Those things I could even see that this particular person was not a responsible person. So yeah.
Sure. Yo, guys. This is deep. This is another topic that we need to have like separately as well, because in all honesty, it's sad. And the abortion part, and also let's not even go even before abortion, the fact that young people, Khadikin, what's this morning after pills and everything, you constantly do things and then you resort to those morning after pills and everything, and you don't know how that is even damaging your body and all of that. Some this thing baristameta, people say they drink those things so that the baby can die inside or whatever. Like it's so sad, because when you think about it, you are actually allowing yourself to go through the worst situations that might affect your future. So how about you pause a little bit on doing things that might somehow stop you from doing what you need to do, like focusing more skolong, focusing on building your own future and all of that. I'm not saying don't date. Who am I to tell you not to date? Who am I not to tell you not to have a boyfriend and everything? But from a big sister, from someone who also had her share of experience dating, I can tell you guys my story. I mean, I've met a couple of guys and everything. They tried to, promise me the moon and the stars and everything. And when my eyes started opening, I was like, huh? What was I thinking? And I believe that everyone goes through that, and we are not in a place of judgment or anything, but we are saying you can do better. Someone like Mogomotsi and Lindy, sorry, Lindy, they are a good example to us to say that, you know what, as much as we went through this, we were there together. And I'm not saying just because you and your boyfriend are there together, you are there for each other, you should actually have kids. Their situation is their situation. Be sure of what you're doing. Exactly, it's very scarce. You might be thinking, and you after a year, you're like, what? I'm going to Ntabi and Mogomotsi and DM them. I'm like, it didn't happen like what you said. No, everyone has their own experience. Your experience might not be the same. So do what's best for you and be intentional about it. Do not back down from what you believe in. And I think building your future is the most important thing, more than just you pleasing or just entertaining relationships. Because as teenagers as well, even young adults, some people do things because they feel like they want to fit in, they feel like they want to be popular or whatever, and being popular is not going to help you. Social media life won't help you. Be the real you, be yourself. And if you can do that, trust me, that's what we're gonna appreciate. But if you do the opposite, then you are saying to us that we can't even have a decent conversation with you because you don't know what you want. You don't have direction. You are not perfect, yes, but you can make the right choices. Mogomotsi is here telling you all these nuggets. Are you telling me that you're not learning anything out of it? Are you saying there's not even a single thing that you're taking that you're learning? You get my point. So I hope that someone is taking something. Guys. Okay, let's let's read a few comments and then I'm gonna play a short video clip of Lindy Way just so that we can hear what she has to say. Let's see. Hey, like I said, guys, so many comments coming. I'm so shocked today. I think your guest is best to ask this question. Where does the failure lie? At home or at school or the streets? If it's home, what exactly is the problem with parents talking to their kids? Yo, ke kopa o e arabe. Ke
Hey,
kopa o e
yeah,
arabe.
I won't say, hey, I don't know. There's no exact or definite answer to that. But it's a combination of everything. That, like I said,
Yes.
you can be taught at home, you can be taught at school, but still make your own decisions. If I were to take it to my situation directly, I would say with me is a blinding of love. You know, there was this thing, the feeling of everything that went beyond principle, and then that's what we end up where we were, especially in terms of teenage pregnancy. And the peer pressure, the pressure, societal pressure, you know, watching this thing on TV that is acceptable, that you can do whatever you want to do at any given time. So I wouldn't pin it to anything to say it's a school, it's a family, or it's no. It's a combination of all the external factors, the internal factors. They can affect any. You can be exposed to everything that you need to know about all these things, but definitely engage in sexual intercourse and everything at the young age. So it's about the will of the child. It's about everything, maybe being exposed to the right information. But after all, I think the decision lies with the person, and then whether she wants to do it or not. That's it.
Yeah,
I don't think
and
there's a definite answer to that.
yeah, and just to add on that, and I think what I mentioned earlier to say it takes a village to raise a child. You still need to somehow instill, some teaching in your child. So what choice they make, you even if they off ramp and everything, you would have played your role. So
Mm-hmm.
definitely it has to start at home. I totally agree with that. Okay. Okay. Sex topics should be emphasized at home. I don't remember. Nah, I don't remember hearing that from never, never. I think the only thing that my mom once said, I think it was like earlier times when I was starting to get my period. She was like, that pain, those period pains, the labor pains are actually worse than that, okay? That's all that my mom said. She didn't say much. And
Yeah.
my mom sees
No,
the
and
most
and with me, you know, I do that a lot with my child. My kid is 10 now. Karelen is
yeah.
10. And I try to cover that topic a lot, that space. You know, my friend, one day I was from the school, going from fetching him at school, fetching here at school. And then we were coming with my friend on the car, and I said, you know what? I asked her, where's your boyfriend? And my friend was like, why? A 10-year-old, I said, no, I want her to be free. If she's doing it, I need to know whether she's doing it. If I don't talk to her about it and then impose the social, my social values on her, my social values may not be her values, and she might not have any problem with doing it. So I need to know the thinking. I need to tap on the thinking on where is she at this particular moment. Is she dating? And then I have to be strategic on I ask questions. I can't say, are you dating or not? I say, where is your boyfriend? And then, okay, oh, that guy, is he your boyfriend? No, okay. And then how is he thinking like? So that we need to be free about it. There's nothing. I've learned, especially from Lindy, that there's nothing that your parents will tell you to do that you will do when you're in love. So you just need to ride along and guide along that particular process. So now I'm saying tap into the brain of the child. Know how is this child is thinking, so that before you can impose any solution, because sometimes we are imposing solutions that are not even the reality of the kids. So let's know how they think, and then by knowing how they think, you'll know the proper solutions to what they think. You may even assess them at least, but you must know. The important thing is that you must know how they think and what they think at that given moment.
Awesome. I hope you guys are listening. Ne? I hope you guys are gonna do that. Okay. So okay, I think I didn't read the whole thing. Ne? It must not be a taboo anymore, like in the olden days. Now things have changed. Our kids know things we think they don't. And again, they even know more. Batsadi ba leke, go pale ba lekile. Motswana a re sa pala sa leswa. Okay, but we must try very hard to be winning the parents. To be winning, it's a to a winning upcoming nation. So, okay, based on what you're saying, we should basically try. I do agree. Like, we need to do our best. I always tell my kids that with me, they will do something wrong and they will hear my silent voice saying that is wrong. That's the way to go. Don't let your child do something. If it's wrong, tell them, let them really understand that what they're doing is actually wrong. Now, the moment that we've been waiting for. So I'm just gonna play a short clip of Mogomotsi's amazing wife, and I wish that you listen to a bit of it. And I'm not gonna play all of it. I think I'll play the rest of what I have at the end of the video. So I'm just gonna play a glimpse of it, and then we can just have a discussion. And I think we can really end this in the next 30 minutes. It's been 1 hour 30 minutes now. So for the next 30 minutes, if you have any comments that you want to put, do it, because when we say goodbye, you don't want to be at that point where you're like, oh, I wish I engaged, I wish I said something. So you still have a chance to do that. So before we go to the video, I see a comment coming in saying, Walk with Or says, my mom used to threaten us by saying, if you come home pregnant, you will sit at home and look after the child. Having gone through the process of caring for my siblings, I wouldn't dare make that mistake. I like that. I like that. That is super awesome. I like that. Yeah, no, you know what? But I think gone are those days where parents are telling their kids that a child is coming from an aeroplane and all of that, because they will do things and then think, but how do I have a child inside of me? Isn't the child supposed to come from the aeroplane? So let's just be real, real talk within time. We are real like that. Be as raw as possible. Educate, teach. When you even engage with your kids, don't just speak like teach. What not teacher? Okay. Now let's move on to that audio, okay?
Hi everyone, my name is Lindy Seleke. I'm a mother of 3 kids, 2 daughters and 1 son. Yes. Okay, teenage pregnancy, okay. I had my first daughter at the age of 17. Oh, I won't lie, it was really difficult. It was not easy at all. Firstly, I was really scared. I was so scared. I was shattered, and mostly I was really embarrassed. I was embarrassed about who. Nagana ke go face young family yaka. First thing first, ke go face young family yaka. Like bone ba bona ngwana mo ntlong, baby nyana bone mo ntlong, then the next thing ngwana bona is pregnant at the age of 17. It was not easy, guys. How am I going to face people at church? Ke go ya yang kerekeng. Like ke go ya yang kerekeng. Like itse go kerekeng, like lona sometimes like some things ish. It was really difficult, but ka mo ke ngwana school. I have to go to school. I have to face my teachers. I have to face my peers at school. Yo, people in the village, le bona ke ba ka mo ke go ba face ya. Ha ke itse ko simolla ka ha ke itse guys, like next, like yo, I felt like it is the end of the road for me, like seriously. So I felt like that, but then like reality at some point totamile we face again. So yes, my boyfriend was there and then we had to plan really babotle. Then we planned for okay, first thing first. Re bolella mang re ya ka e re etsa yang. Then we decided okay fine, we are going to tell our parents. Oh, boom, ngwana ke yo. Okay, then a bolella ba gagwe ka bolella ba ka gore okay. Ebile nna ha ke gopola sentle no. Ba ka ha ka ba bolella, they were just like no, o sa nwa coffee, don't drink coffee, it's not good for the baby. And I was like, huh? Yes, Lindy, right, we can see the changes mo go wena. Then at least wait ya fokotsega mo magetleng aka, then yes. But then wait, sometimes yes, family ya itse o ba relieved nyana somehow, yes, o ba relieved nyana, but then still batho ko strateng kwa, you know how people in the village ba buang ka teng guys, la itse le lona. Then but then ish ko kerekeng ai now it's ka decide go ga kerekeng ha ke ishe as ko ke yang. But then mo tlong o tshwanetse go rumiwa ko strateng, o tshwanetse ye shopong wa rumiwa shopong ngwana kere go pregnant I change sepe mo bagolong ba gago. Then yes, ne ke ya shopong, ne ke ya shopong, a ke na choice, ne ke ya sekolong, tshwanetse ke ye sekolong a kere mo tlong it can't be go. Then Lindy is pregnant, then Lindy is no longer going to school. No, I had to go to school, I had to face my teachers, I had to face my peers still, like. Then yeah, like I said, neki ya shopong, and neki ya shopong, I tried to like ke go nyetsa mpaka, like I was still embarrassed ka yona, like I couldn't face batho ba ko strateng, like ke ne ke kgona face ko tlong yanong. But then it's not like ha ko tlong setse ba itse it becomes easy. No, it's still difficult for wena, like go face everyone out there. Ne ke gonyetsa mpaka, ke try by all means go gonyetsa ke like. But then ya gola ke re yona ya gola mpa ya gola. So as months goes on, le yone e ntse e tla, like. Then I had to yes ke tlogelle yanong, then so everyone could see and everyone would be like, ah, o pregnant wena, like. Then I'll be like, yes, I'm pregnant, like. There was nothing I could do, I'm pregnant. Ngwana ya wa tla mpa ya gola. Tshwantse ke sekolong guys, tshwantse ke sekolong. That's where yanong ebang difficult go fetisisa, because tshwantse ke sekolong e ba difficult. Ke feel le gore like a ke belonge nyana, like. Remember ko sekolong there comes a time e leng gore la tshameka nyana, la juga nyana at a certain way, like la ema nyana ko di gating.
Okay. I think that was what I can accommodate because of the length of the video. But I hope you got to hear what she was saying, because I think, you did justice, Mogomotsi, by telling us more about the experience both of you guys went through. And I just want to, guys, everyone in the comment section watching from Facebook, can we just comment and just say hashtag thank you to Mogomotsi, because it's people like him that really make things easier mo bophelong. Because I believe that what Lindy has just shared now, if she didn't have such a strong support system, it could have been difficult for her. So thank you so much for doing that. I'm saying thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so, so much. And for those that are, because obviously maybe you didn't, those that are not this, I know there's someone who doesn't understand our language here. someone from other, countries and everything. Just in summary, what Lindy is saying is that she also went through, those challenges where she was not happy, but somehow it was clear that, parents, elders could actually see the situation. And at the time she was uncomfortable, but when they started telling her that don't even drink coffee, already that moment was like, okay, so they're actually aware. So we still appreciate also that she even got that support and she was still treated as a child. Because I think also there are parents that will, once you are pregnant, they'll be like, yay, I could no musadi. I could no musadi. So do what wives do or whatever and everything. But I feel like that was not, I feel like that is a great thing to do, to support, even if you are not clear. Because some parents, like my mom, guys, my mom is not very talkative. Parents sometimes speak in a certain way, or certain, they say, small words, and then you have to get it for rebutting and everything. So also, the fact that it was difficult for her going to school, having moments where things changed for her. Things changed for her. It was no longer like the olden times where she was not pregnant, even during break. So honestly, yeah, I'm touched by that, but I'm also glad that she was able to have you, and she was also able to be strong, because I feel like she also has a strength. Big up, power to the woman, okay? Because this is
Yeah,
our
yeah.
month, and we also are strong in our own ways. And by the way, when we speak of a strength of a woman, I don't want us to speak about strength sa gore bona. You need to stand and be be pained, and that's your strength and all that. No, 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 no. I'm saying we are able to really carry things that we are going through and still become, the phenomenal woman that we are. And I believe that your wife is the most phenomenal mother, wife ever. Okay. So I love and appreciate you, Lindy. And I hope you guys took something out of that. Do you want to say something about what we just shared, sir?
Yes, yes.
Husband?
You know what? There were challenges also from the
Yeah.
parent side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with Lindy, she was supported by her brother, and after she
Yes,
became
please tell us
pregnant,
about that. I remember you.
yeah,
Yeah. So
and
tell
then
us about that.
when she became pregnant, the brother decided to disown the whole thing. Said, no, no, you Musadi, you are a woman now. You can take care of yourself. Then I had to come in. The another part,
Yeah.
at least, was that I was getting a stipend from varsity because I was doing nursing, and
Yeah.
from that time I had to pay school fees. For that particular period until she's finished. And since that day, I don't think they ever bought her anything from home. I bought everything that she has, from clothes, toiletry, and everything myself. So that's the reality with parents. When you become pregnant, some of them, they say, no longer take care of you and anything. So I had to take care of both her and the family from that particular age, and we grew
Mm-hmm.
to be who we are today. So yeah.
Wow. Hey guys, yeah, no, yeah, yeah. This is, I don't know, but this is just on another level. Let me just go to the comments because I'm just amazed, and I mean, there's a lot about you. There's a lot about what you did. You took responsibility, because the truth is, at the time, Luana, you were still a child.
I
And now, when
was.
I think about your story, to think that you were raised by a single mother, meaning, and we know very well that, especially rona ba tlhagang ko magaeng, when you grow up from a village, the truth is we wish to have everything by the time we grow up, but the truth is it's not the case. You need to do certain things. When you start working, at least you need to help out at home and everything. So imagine that step in does not even match. You have to take care of yourself, take care of your lady, take care of, even at home, help out your mom and everything. So I just want to salute you for that. And I think, you know what, I see God. I see God in you. I see the
Definitely.
blessing that God has done in you, because I believe that when you do great, greatness will follow. And that's what's happening in you, in your life right now. Greatness is definitely following you. So thank you so much for that. Let's read the comments. Masiro says, wow, Ntabi, this is worth my time to listen to. Child, listen, you know what? But I'm not even feeling the hunger, because this is food for the soul, like Muto Tsehofato said on Facebook. This is really food for the soul, and everything can wait. Gained a lot of nuggets from my colleague. Yeah, currently body nest. Okay, your colleague. All right. Mr. Seleke, and thank you so much for that. Thank you. Please keep those hashtags coming. Please, thank you so much. God bless their union abundantly. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Those blessings are coming. Definitely. You guys are blessed already. So that's amazing. Wow, 15 minutes to go. I can talk to you for the whole day. Honestly, I feel like I can talk to you the whole day, because you are such an inspiration and all of that. Now, just in light of, us speaking about young people, we are talking about young people. I want to also share. Do we still have that picture? Let me see if we you'll send me that picture. I can't see it. My goodness. So there's a picture that I took with you guys. I think I have it somewhere. Let me look for it. I'm gonna post it, guys. There's no way I'm not gonna post. Oh, actually, no. Let me share, and it's already on Facebook. So I'm gonna share the screen just to show. Okay, let me stop that, and I'm just gonna share that picture and just tell you guys about that day, exactly what was happening, and all of that. Where is Facebook now? Okay, hopefully you will see what I'm seeing. All right, so can you guys see that picture? So this is a picture that I took with Master and Mrs. S. By the way, guys, I'm also Mrs. S. My surname is changing soon. My new surname is Sekobe. So it's just that I haven't changed my surname. So you will also be calling me Mrs. S, okay? The Mrs. S in the building. So this is a great, moment that I got to be with Mr. and Mrs. S, of course. So they were. Can you tell us? It was more of an event, right? That you guys
Yeah,
were
it was
doing.
an event.
It was an event, and it was a church one. Is it from church, or you guys
Yes.
created them? So
No,
it
it's a
was
church
it was a
event.
church, yeah, it was a church event, and they invited me to come and just inspire them, inspire the young people, and I was honestly happy to be there. And even getting there, it was in the morning, I think. No, the next, actually no, I went there. It was in the evening after an event that I did in my village, because every year we had an annual Chance for Change youth seminar, which it has paused a little bit now because, you know what, COVID, and yeah. But nevertheless, I was speaking to the young people, and that was the most amazing moment. And I just want to take this moment to appreciate you and your wife, or the work that you're doing, the work of God, and at the same time you are empowering, and you're not just doing that there, you even empowering in the. Ooh, I love myself too much. Let me close the picture. So you even empowering, the entire generation, and we just want to appreciate you. And I believe that as an advocate for empowerment and helping others, I just want to appreciate you guys. I remember the morning where I was bringing the sanitary towels. You guys were making breakfast for the youth and everything, and that to me was, it melted my heart. So what can you say about that in terms of helping young people and empowering them? What does it mean to you and your wife, and what do you guys aim, to achieve in terms of helping this young people? Because I believe that even if it's something that you guys did once, it's still a seed that you planted, and someone can listen and take it. So we've got we've got 10 minutes left.
Yeah, yeah. You know, actually, when I was looking through that picture, my heart was really bleeding. You know, when I had to move from Mafikeng to Pretoria, that was the most thing that was hating me, because now I had to leave those weeks behind. We were engaged in a project. It was a church project, but it was really because of the reason behind it was to empower young people and to not make mistakes, some mistake that we have made, because we believe that having a child at a young age is really not a pleasant thing or thing that should be done by many. And me and my
Yeah.
wife was engaged in that particular project, and such topic of teenage pregnancy, morals, and everything was part of the package of that particular project at that time. So it was not a one day thing. We had it for many. We had many events with them. I have a lot of pictures with those young people. And then that event that you were in, it was a 2 day event, if you can remember, because we came in the evening to speak to them, and then we slept where we were, and then tomorrow morning, that's why you came in with the Parental
Oh,
towels and
yeah.
everything. Yes. So it was, we had a lot of programs. We had a lot of programs, and that life sometimes happen. I had to move from African to Pretoria, and that's what
Mm.
hit me the most. We had church, we cried that day with all of them, with those young people. I told them now I have to leave. I was their leader. They known me for some time, and I also cried at that day. And since I'm not yet settled in Pretoria, I still feel that there's this thing that says, man, you need to go back there, because youth around Pretoria, they do have challenges and everything, but I don't believe they are as real, not real. They are as those ones that are in a village scene. And I still think
Mm.
I left the vacuum. I still think that I really left my part, the part of me there. And sometimes when I see them becoming pregnant, those ones, I become hurt to say, maybe if I remained in there, and when
That's
maybe
been a
if
different
only
thing.
I did more, I pushed more hard that side, they would be living better lives today. But there are those that I see. I sometimes engage with them. Every time when I go home, I engage with them, and some of them, they tell us we are still virgin. Some of them, and the life that they are living, you can say some of them are at varsity now, and they are happy. You can see that this one, in terms of morals, they are good, and everything. They really took some lessons from us, because I was doing the project with my wife. So it was very good, but now it's bad. It's bad because life happened, but I still believe that one day
Yeah,
I'll
but
go
don't
back
feel
home.
bad.
I'll go back
Feel
home
bad.
and
I
still
understand
plow
what you're
more.
saying. I actually understand
Mm,
what you're saying. It might be overwhelming, but
mm,
you've done your part. I believe that you planted a seed. There are those
mm,
that took
mm,
something, and you are seeing that happening. So the truth of life is that you can't, if an opportunity comes, if things needs to be done, you gotta do what you gotta do. But all I want to say, you gotta do what you gotta
mm,
do.
mm,
I think
mm,
what I want to emphasize, especially on what you're saying, which of course it brings me to the point of also me playing a role in my village and being able to do the events that I'm doing. The whole intention, and I'm hoping that fellow brothers and sisters from my village are watching. The whole intention of doing this is to really plant a seed to say, if I come and I, work with you guys. I mean, I worked with Obama, I worked with
mm,
Tsholofelo Sekgale, I mean, yourself, and a lot of more. I might have not mentioned you, but you know yourselves. I've worked with you guys, but us as those people, we are basically planting a seed and we are saying what we are doing, let it be something that will continue. Let it not be someone Oba initiating something, Tabi initiating something, Mogomotsi initiating something. Let it be a seed that is planted, and every individual play a role to do their part, to see the need to help where they can and empower others, and we carry on because that's how it has to be. And we can't remain in one point. I believe that God has called us for a purpose. I believe that I've traveled more different provinces, and it's because it's my purpose. I can't be in one place. I took the Chance for Change Youth Seminar to Rustenburg as well because I believe that God wants me to reach out to other people because we are messengers here. We are not just donating sanitary towels, we are empowering and impacting lives. So when you are where you are, take something and continue planting a seed. Whatever that you've learned, plant a seed as well. Even what we are sharing right now, take what you are hearing, plant a seed to someone else, teach them, guide them. And yeah, that's all I can say.
Yeah.
Mm.
No, definitely.
So, what are your last words? We have 5 minutes. I mean, I feel like, and I'm so glad, and I just want to thank you that you were able to give us this time. And know it's a Sunday. It's supposed to be family time, and ke surely ngwana a ntse a lla ntse re, daddy, what's happening, you know? But I appreciate you for that. Honestly, it means so much. So, what are your last word in summary of the conversation that we just had? Because I think we can't just engage and not have, you know, a way forward. What do you think is a way forward when it comes to teenage pregnancy? What should we do?
Okay. Yeah, maybe I think one thing that needs to be done is to thank you. You really have played a big role, firstly to me and my family, because many wouldn't know of my story. Maybe now many people know of my story because of what you did. But I think this, if I were to talk on what is to be done, what is to be done is what we are doing now. That is what is to be done. And then we just have to make sure that our voices reach as far places as much as possible. And to make sure that, like I've said, we tap into the brain of the young. Don't just take decisions about the young without knowing what they think, how they think, and why they are thinking the way they are thinking. And I think we really need to engage them in this particular project. We must run with them in this particular project and assist them. We must not be imposers. We must not think for them. They do have the way they think. The realities are not the same in terms of us and them, but we don't need to force the reality to them. Try and guide them. There's nothing we can do except to guide these little ones and to make sure that they see that but making poor choices can have dire impact, and they don't have to experience it. They can learn from somebody else. You don't have to go through the experience. You can learn from others. So I think we are doing what we have to do, and in terms of let me just comment the program that we're doing in our village. It was very good, and actually I was about to ask where is it now, but I remembered quickly that there's COVID, and I know you are very consistent in terms of that particular program, and it was making a lot of impact. We recognized it and everything, and I think now it's time you group some of us. When you go there, you must go with you now. Must take our bags and go to Mafike and then make sure we
I would appreciate
contribute.
that.
Yes. And I think that's it from me. I'm appreciating every time, even your time and everything. I think you are putting a lot of effort to these things. I've seen you through the connection. Hey, it's just difficult. I thought it's very easy. I thought you just go to your phone and do all this stuff. But I saw, hey, you're putting a lot of effort behind the scene there. We spoke for some time there. And it's not something that I knew. I think there's a lot of effort that we are putting. We might not recognize it, but comrades out there, people out there, there's a lot of effort that this woman is putting, and we must take it. And we must take it very serious. We must take it very, very serious. Like on a very serious note, we must take it serious. And please continue. But you are one person that I've seen the resilience through. Whether people recognize or not recognize, you still push, you consistent, and you are pushing. Please continue that thing. It's very inspirational to some of us when you are looking at you pushing. They say, "Hey, the consistency and everything that comes with it." Please know that we appreciate you. Some of us may not call you every day, may not comment every time on Facebook, but we see you. And I think I'm not talking only about me. On behalf of everyone, I think we really appreciate you.
Okay, I'm gonna cry now. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, I'm not gonna get emotional, but thank you so much. I appreciate that so much. And it's words like this that really make me a better person, make me want to continue to do my best. And the drive is inspired by people like you, people that are also seeing value in what I do. That's why I was saying yesterday and today, there was just so much excitement in me. And knowing that you also came in and agreed to this, and you just supported everything. I asked for this, asked for that. You were patient with me, and you were happy to deliver whatever that I requested. And that excited me even more. It shows that, you know what, this value and this some kind of direction. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm gonna have
just to,
yeah.
I remember you said it was going to be 15 minutes, so I hope I didn't disappoint.
The thing is, I think I remember you said that no, yeah, because my few minutes. But when you said no,
Yeah,
it's fine. I mean, look at us now. We're on 2 hours, and it was worth
yeah,
it. It was worth it.
yeah. No,
I mean, Masiko
no.
was saying that this was worth her time and everything, and everyone else. And we had so many engagements, guys. Like, let me confess, when I'm home, my channel is a growing channel. It's still young, but today's conversation is one of the top list of engagements when I'm live and having more and more audience doing this. So my celebrity, thank you, because you
No, it's not
are.
about me.
No, no, no.
Yeah.
Definitely, I wanna make it about you because I feel like you have really added more and you have brought so much what light to this conversation, and the fact that you are, a husband, a man who was young and experienced things, and you shared your story. It's, you know what, I'm happy, I'm full, I'm blessed, and thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I don't have anything else to say. I think if I'm gonna say anything else, I'm gonna be spoiling it because people stayed. By the way, people stayed. I don't know if you are able to see from that. I can see the people that have joined. We had a good number of people joining, and the conversation was engaging. So it shows that what we were saying was valuable. So I wish nothing but the best for you and your family. May your
The last
kids
message. Can I
grow
say
to
the
be.
last message?
No, that Bona, even but take your time. I can
No,
even put
I
you.
think just for just few seconds, I think we should say to a boy child, please have right intentions when you go to them. And to those who are already married, let's love them, comrades. Let's love them. They deserve to be loved. Doesn't mean you won't make mistakes, but when you make mistake, please apologize and be sincere. But above all, love them. Make sure that you don't hurt them. They deserve our love. Thank you very much.
Wow. Okay, we done. We done. I feel like we were coming up with another topic right there, but love your women, love your partners, give them all the love and support possible. Because of the audio from Lindy, where it cut off because of this system that is jealous, I'm gonna make sure that I make a plan of just putting it on its own for it to play. I'll create a nice video of it and let it play so that I can share it with you guys just to hear the entire story. Let me not rob you of her story as her part of the story as well. So I'll do that. But thank you. And thank you so much for everyone who joined, for your time. We appreciate. It means so much. If you like I'm full already. I'm okay. I'm okay. So thank you so so much. I'm gonna ask you to just stick there for a minute, but I'm gonna let you off the screen so that I can just wrap this up, and I'll chat with you in a second. Is that okay?
Yeah, not okay. It's okay.
Awesome. All right, guys, thank you so, so much. We have come to the end of the show. It's been amazing. And I must say, I'm impacted, I'm empowered. I feel like we can go on with this conversation, but of course, let's not spoil what we've chatted about. It was impactful. I hope that you're going to take something, and without overwhelming you with more and more information, take what we've shared today and really help yourself, help someone in your life, help your partner, help your sister, your brother. Just, do better, take better decisions, and understand that you are a better person. You can be a better person. You can become just about anything you wish to, as long as you set your mind right, and as long as you don't ignore the things that should be done right. And let's be kinder to each other. Let's not judge. If you see a teenager pregnant and everything, don't judge them and feel like they they just go around sleeping and everything. Be a bigger person, guide them, listen to them, Maybe there's another reason why they found themselves where they are. Maybe they're not even proud of that. So please do that. And thank you so, so much, everyone. I see Richmond saying great show. Thank you, Maseho. I appreciate so, so much. And I don't know if we have extra messages on Facebook. No, we don't. So I'm not gonna really go on, but I'm just gonna say thank you. I appreciate you guys all. Be blessed. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. If you're watching this any other day, may you be blessed and enjoy the rest of your day. Love you lots. And remember to make today count. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video if you haven't already. And of course, consider sharing it with someone who might see the need. With that said, thank you so much. Love you guys always. Until the next video or live or collaboration like today. Bye for now. Wait, guys, wait. I couldn't leave. I couldn't leave because of that. I couldn't end the live because of that. Guys, I almost ended the live, but because of him. Hello, boy. Hello. Hello. Hi. How are you? Hello.
Say hi. Hi.
So adorable. Oh wow. I just couldn't end the live, guys. Okay. It's a wrap. Bye guys. Let me end
Bye.
it.